Good evening, everyone. In our country, the Philippines, an island nation with over 100 million people, there are two different worlds that exist at the same time. This is the world of the rich and the world of the poor. This isn't a fantasy story, it's the truth we see every day. On one side there are tall buildings, big houses, and cars shining under the sun. On the other side there are homes made of tin and cardboard, crowded alleys, and families where every day is a struggle just to put food on the table. This gap isn't just about money, it's about chances, dreams, and the future waiting for every Filipino. This difference is deeply rooted in our history and society. It's like a big river dividing one land. On one bank, life is full of comfort and safety. Problems are often about where to go on vacation. Daily life is the clearest mirror of the gap between the rich and the poor. Let's start with food. For a rich family, different kinds of bread, fresh fruits, imported cheese, hot coffee from an expensive coffee machine. Their dining table is always full. Choosing what to eat is for taste, not budget. Eating out at fine dining restaurants is normal. On the other hand, for a poor family, rice, an egg, or dried fish if they have any. According to the Food and Nutrition Research Institute, many families in the Philippines don't eat 3 times a day. Their main concern is having enough food to stop hunger, not its taste or nutrition. When it comes to homes, the difference is like night and day. The rich live in big houses, inside exclusive subdivisions or gated communities. Their homes have air conditioning in every room, clean water flowing from the tap, and fast internet connection. They have security, a clean environment, and space for fun. In contrast, the poor often live in crowded areas, or informal settler communities. Money in our society isn't just paper with value. It's a key that opens many doors of opportunity, especially in education and health. For the rich, the path to a good education is clear and paved. From preschool, elementary, high school, college, they attend top private schools with high-quality teaching. These schools like Ateneo, LaSalle, University of Asia, and the Pacific don't just provide knowledge, they also provide a network or connections that they can use in their future careers. Having money means they can pay high tuition fees, buy all the necessary books, have access to technology like laptops and the internet. On the other hand, for the poor, education is a ladder that's hard to climb. Even though education in public schools is free, there are still many expenses that come with it. Money is needed for transportation, allowance, projects, uniforms. According to the Philippine Statistics Authority, one of the main reasons why young people stop schooling is lack of money. A child who needs to help work for the family is more likely not to finish school. In politics and society, the scales of justice and power seem to favor those with wealth. The influence of the rich isn't just seen in their fancy lifestyles, it's deeply felt in how our government and society run. Rich families' big businesses can fund politicians' campaigns. These large donations, though legal, create a debt of gratitude that can affect decisions and laws. They have direct access to lawmakers and government officials, allowing them to express their interests and protect their businesses. For the ordinary citizen, especially the poor, their voice is often only heard during elections. Their participation in politics is usually limited to voting. They don't have a direct line to senators or congressmen. Their complaints often have to go through protests or the media to be noticed. While a rich person can just make a phone call to talk to an official, a poor community has to organize a rally just to be heard. To better understand the size of the gap, we need to look at the numbers. Data and statistics don't lie, they show the cold truth of our situation. According to the Philippine Statistics Authority, in the first half of 2023, poverty incidence among Filipinos was 22.4%. This means over 25 million Filipinos live below the poverty line, or the amount needed to meet basic food and non-food needs. Think about it, 1 in every 5 Filipinos is considered poor. This isn't just a number, it's 25 million stories of hardship and struggle. The country's wealth is also not equally shared. According to reports from international organizations like Oxfam, the wealth of the few richest Filipinos is now equal to the combined wealth of millions of the poorest citizens. For example, in 2022, a study stated that the wealth of the 50 richest Filipinos reached $79 billion. The concentration of wealth in the hands of a few means less is left for social services that would benefit everyone, especially the poor. Health, education, infrastructure. The effect of this can be seen in access to basic services. When talking about the sensitive issue of wealth and poverty, it's very easy to point fingers and find someone to blame. We might blame the government for a lack of services. We might blame the rich for being selfish. We might blame the poor for their situation. Blaming doesn't provide solutions. It only causes anger and conflict, and it pushes us further away from real change. What's more important is to understand the situation from different points of view. Not all rich people are bad. Not all poor people are just victims of their fate. Many rich families also worked hard to get where they are. They built businesses that provide jobs for thousands of Filipinos. Their taxes are a big part of the government's funds. Many of them also have foundations and charity work that help those in need. We shouldn't think that being rich is automatically a sin. The issue isn't having wealth. The issue is how the social system gives them an unfair advantage, making it harder for others to get ahead. We also need to understand the situation of the poor without judgment. Think of a fisherman who spends all day under the sun for a meager catch. Think of a farmer who goes into debt every time a typhoon destroys his crops. Their hard work is undeniable. Poverty is a complex problem with many causes. Lack of education, limited opportunities, unfair systems. Taking the middle path requires empathy. Putting ourselves in someone else's shoes. Everyone, rich or poor, has their own struggles. Everyone has dreams. Everyone has fears. The government has a role to play. The private sector has a role to play. Every citizen has a role to play. The goal isn't to bring down the rich, but to lift up the poor, creating a society where everyone has an equal chance to succeed, no matter their status when they were born. Despite the dark picture of inequality, there is still a ray of hope. Change is possible if we all work together. It won't happen overnight, but small steps can bring big changes. Investing in quality education and investing in health for everyone. Give every Filipino child, rich or poor, a fair start in life through education and health.